Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana Inganga and I'm a HR professional, and today I'm excited because with me here I have the Conscious Life Coach. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm also very excited to be here. My name is Alice Jambi, but I like going by the names the Conscious Life Coach, and I help individuals maximize their potential, navigate life's challenges, and create more fulfillment in their lives. And I'm very excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jambi, for making time to be here. So today on our video, actually, we're just going to talk about empathy at workplace. You know, like just having that heart of understanding somebody when it comes to emotions. And today our coach is going to actually unlock it and tell us ways on how we can actually navigate with empathy in the workplace. Yeah.
Empathy in the workplace is such an interesting topic, and maybe I should have introduced as part of my introduction.
Yes.
That I'm an emotional intelligence coach, and when it comes to empathy, most of the time we confuse it with sympathy. You know, sympathy and empathy are very different. Sympathy is feeling we share for someone.
Yeah.
You know, empathy is feeling as someone, which means you have to remove yourself from this particular situation, and just imagine, put yourself in that person's shoes. Sympathy is just something happened to you, weishe pole. Empathy is something happened to you. So the question I need to ask myself, if I'm learning to practice empathy with you, is if I was in your position, what would I like for you to do for me? What would I like for you to say to me? So like, let's say it's the same example, something has happened. Like, for example, maybe I've lost my job. So instead of telling me weishe pole, because weishe pole is just sympathy, is okay, if I was in this position, what would I want from the other individual? Perhaps I'd want them to tell me, I don't know, it's going to be okay. I'd want them to help me out with, if I see some, I don't know, some post somewhere regarding my skills, share with me. Perhaps I'm in a really tight position and I can't even be able to buy food for my house. It means without even asking, you can decide, maybe lota nitumia 500 enyewe kula lunch. So it's very different from sympathy. And when it comes to empathy in the workplace, I cannot overemphasize this. Why? Because in the workplace you're dealing with people, and people are emotional beings. You know, as much as we say tuachema feelings uko kwa gate.
But now, just to cut you short, sorry. How do you get that balance? Because you see, at times you can show the sympathy and also just to put the balance into it, because you see some people, they can all be so overwhelming with their issues. They can be in a space whereby they really want you to come into their shoe, you know, feel their pain, get their pain. But how do we now get the balance?
That's a very good question. The balance, there's no, how do I put it, there's no grade that says this is the balance, because that you have to understand yourself as an individual. So when I understand, which goes back to self-awareness, which is part of emotional intelligence, when I understand, okay, Diana, we're talking about this, but you don't sound like you want help, you just want a pity party.
That's the thing.
Yes, when I understand that, then I understand how to communicate that with you. I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to have this conversation right now, but I can be able to help you with 1, 2, 3 things.
A place of healthy. You're coming from a place whereby you're healthy.
Exactly. Because most of the time, people confuse empathy with you're losing your power. So if I'm empathetic and you want 30 minutes of my time and it's that pity party, I'll have to sit and look at you and just no. Empathy is not a point of, like losing your personal power. Empathy is just understanding other people's feelings. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be heard, we all want to be listened to, and we all want to be understood. And just understanding someone does not mean that you have to agree with them. Which is a very important point. Just because you're empathetic with someone, especially if it's in your team, you're the leader, it doesn't mean that you have to just go ahead and go along with what they are saying. It just means, okay, fine, I understand you, I hear you.
Yes.
However, in this workplace, this is how we do things. True. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not just coming from a point of what the heck is wrong with you? Why didn't you? First, I have to listen to you. I understand you. So with the knowledge that I have, how do I communicate? Such that you're not feeling on the other end like, my God, my boss hates me. My boss does not understand. This place is so stressful.
Yeah.
So the role of empathy cannot be overemphasized because you get to communicate with people and not to people. And I keep on saying, when it comes to organizations, people are your most important resources.
Yeah.
And the thing about empathy, it is a skill.
Yes.
And it is a skill that can be learned. Because most of us usually say, I don't have that kind of
heart, emotional. No, you see these people, they just need to understand that also me, I'm a human being, and I'm also coming from a place whereby even me, I need to be understood. You see, so when you come to most of the organization, even employees, you know, how do you converse with your colleague when you feel like this person has actually done something that you don't agree to it? You see, but some people, getting that balance is actually the problem because they don't know, especially if you haven't mastered your emotions. You know, and then you keep on saying that, you know, for me, for me, my emotions are not always like intact, or me, I outsource emotions. You know, and it's not a healthy place, you know, because we need to get to a place whereby we all need to be healthy. And even if you're speaking to somebody, even if you don't have an answer at that moment, you just have to take a step back, you know, say that let me process this and then I'll come back, you know, because from a place whereby it's just healthy.
I love what you've said because I really need to emphasize this. Emotional intelligence is not about ignoring your emotions. It's not about suppressing your emotions. It's not about bypassing your emotions, but understanding your emotions. Like you said, mastering your emotions such that you understand yourself so well and you can be able to leverage on those emotions. So you're not just guided by emotions. Such that you wake up, today I don't feel like going to work. But you know, at the end of the day, how can you leverage on, how can you move past those emotions? How can you motivate yourself? So it's just the first thing, like you mentioned, just understanding yourself. Once you're self-aware, then you can be able to go to the next step, which is understanding your emotions and then mastering them. Knowing that I don't like being in this kind of environment. I feel like this, like this, like this. But guess what? It's necessary. And I love saying, like in the workplace, you can be able to work with your colleagues without even having to be friends. Why? Because you have a goal in common. So when you understand that, then you can be able to say, maybe I don't like how so-and-so does this, so-and-so does this, but I understand they're their own person. I'm my own person. I respect their opinions. I might not have to agree with them all the time, but we are walking and we're headed towards one direction. So this is my focus. So when I understand that, then I'm able to manage my emotions. And then also just understanding myself in terms of so when I'm really agitated, when so-and-so says something in the meeting and I'm, oh my God, I'm just, how do I handle that?
That one is very, very important. You really need to emphasize on that, especially when it comes to meetings. How do you, let's say, for example, your colleague has really irritated you, then what do you do at that point?
Good question. Good question. The easiest and the best is to just breathe.
Okay.
I know we think breathing is just, but breathing is not just breathing. It's amazing that the way we are created, just the power of the breath. When your emotions change, your breath changes. Like let's say when you're happy, when you're excited.
Yeah, you're happy, excited.
Exactly, your breath changes. Yes. When the same thing, when you're fearful, your heart rate goes up, your breath changes. So when you're triggered in a meeting, someone has said something that has really pissed you off, your breath changes. So the way to actually now just be able to catch this is to just take 6 seconds, between 5 and 6 seconds. It only takes 5 to 6 seconds for the emotional part of your brain to catch up with the rational part of the brain. So when someone says something in the meeting that you really
don't agree with it, you feel like this person is attacking me, this person doesn't agree with me, this person doesn't want to buy my idea, why are they doing that, I've been here for a very long time, I understand this thing, they just need to understand me. That point whereby you just need to understand me.
That's the thing. So when you're in that point, when you're at that point, just breathe. One, you can even, breathe. You can even count 1, 2, 3. The way we usually say, Mungu nifundishe kunyamaza. This one comes in so handy. 1, 2, 3, up to 6. And by that time, I can assure you, and this is something I'd love for you guys to practice, what you'd have said at that point when you're really heated up, and what you say at this point is very different, because now you can think. In fact, most of the people say, I don't know whether you've heard, Ati, I wasn't thinking. And it's true.
Yes.
It's true, because when you're triggered, you don't think. The emotional part of your brain just picks it and you see things. But if you only breathed for took a breath for 6 seconds, then you'd be able to think. And the things that we say in the office that would put you in a lot of trouble, and all you have to do is just breathe. And then there's something that you've said that is really important. I thought I should pick it up. Most of the time we are always, it's me. These people don't understand me. They're not getting me. But which comes from a point of, we are selfish human beings. It's everything about us. But if we'd like to connect with people more, it's just putting the other person first. Okay. So before I want you to understand me, I should seek to understand you first. So where are you coming from? Because when I sit and look at it from that point, then I'll discover, but it's not even about me. You have nothing, there's no vendetta.
True.
And if I'm able to put myself in that position, I'm able to broaden my, my thinking and see, by the way, this person, but they has a different idea. I have a different idea. What if we match them? And there's also this thing. If I give you the chance, and I'm actually genuine, and I want to understand you first, then automatically, as a human being, you'll also want to give me the chance.
True. Unless I'm super selfish and I don't also want to understand where you're coming from. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, because the workplace of nowadays, people are just like so selfish. They just want to push their own agenda and not wanting to think about this other person. But at least you've shed some light for us to know that it's okay. And also, is it okay to show emotions? Like, am I allowed to cry? Am I allowed to shout? Is it okay for me to show my emotions?
That's a very good question. And the thing about emotions, let me start with this. All emotions are valid. It's okay to feel like crying. It's okay to feel like shouting. It's okay to feel like cussing out someone. All emotions are valid. However, not all actions are. So it's okay to feel angry. It's not okay to insult your boss. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's not okay to just, remove all the papers and start banging on them. So it goes back to self-awareness and self-management, which is part of emotional intelligence. So if I feel like I'm in a place where, I've been attacked by the boss, and I feel like it's a very personal attack. So how do I manage this? My first reaction is to want to cry. But really, is that the best way to resolve this?
No.
Exactly. So what do I do as Alice? Back to breathing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Fine. Now I'm in a better state to respond. Then I'm not responding from a point of, no, I want to attack you because you've attacked me back. Because when you do that, then it becomes, that's how we have conflict in the office. So it comes from a point of, okay, now that I'm able to, bring my senses and my thinking back to center, I can be able to express myself. And sometimes it all depends on what the situation is. So if I can clearly see this is an attack, I can bring the topic back to like I can be able, for example, I can be able to say, you know what, this issue is not about me or how I dress in the office, but about my productivity. Can we discuss my productivity?
Not bring all
exactly
issues.
And maybe I was told I don't dress in the office, and I feel like it's an attack. Then what do you mean? No, if I cry, then surely I turn this idea. But if I can bring if we can bring this conversation to what is the issue here. But you see, now you can't be able to bring that.
Separate the person from the issue.
Exactly. But you can't do that if you don't have your emotions in the right place. You can't do that if you have not mastered your own emotions. You can't do that if your emotions are all over.
Yes.
Then what will we be told? We'll be told, women are so emotional. Yet there's also a place for emotions in the office. You can express anger.
Yes.
But how do you express anger? There are people by there who will walk all over you in the office, and you need to tell them, by the way, yeah, please.
This is the much I can take.
This
is the much I can take.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's all about back to self-awareness, understanding yourself and understanding the situation that you're in, so that this one, just a polite remark will make them understand.
Yes.
Now this one, I need to be tough on them.
Yeah.
Now this one, I need to express myself. Yes. So it's all about, once you understand yourself, and once you're able to understand the other person, then you're able to communicate in a way that is beneficial for the two of you.
Healthy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We have come to the end of our show. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.
And thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and also leave a comment below. And just to leave you with one word: how are your emotions? Have you mastered your emotions? Yes. So just make sure in everything that you do, are you emotionally aware? Yes. Thank you so much.